much life left to live. Please send a sign from up above. And if I gotta choose, I choose love. I choose love. I choose love. No one's gonna make me hate. I choose love. I choose love. No one's gonna take that away. Something strange is in the air. Seems that everybody's changing, and I can't find no faith anywhere. Seems it's been replaced with raging. Something's got to give. There won't be much life left to live. Please send a sign from up above. And if I gotta choose, I choose love. I choose love. I choose love. No one's gonna make me hate. I choose love. I choose love. No one's gonna take that away. No one can take that from me. I see what I choose to see. Reality is what you make it. So why would I ever choose hatred? I choose love. I choose love. No one's gonna make me hate. I choose love. I choose love. No one's gonna take that away. I choose love. I choose love. No one's gonna make me hate. I choose love. I choose love. And no one can take that away. I choose love.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Tremel Thompson Live. Probably the number one relationshipologist, probably the only relationshipologist you know, because I done made it up and decided to carry these relationship topics. Been very popular on Facebook, on my Facebook page. A lot of people responding to the questions that I ask. And, people been hitting me up behind the scenes, asking me thousands of questions, and wanting to know my outlook on certain things. So today's topic, we're going to talk about, are modern women being realistic with their dating criteria? Now, I touched on this a little bit. I think at the last show, I touched on this a little bit. And are modern women, and when I say modern women, today's woman, because there's obviously a difference between today's woman, the modern woman, and traditional women. Are the modern women, are they ready to be wives? Are they ready to be raised, or were they raised to be wives, or were they raised to be girlfriends? Is independence a problem? A woman being independent a problem in a relationship? These are the things we're going to talk about today. And I have a couple of guests that will be joining me on this topic. And if you just watching, please make sure to share out the live. The more people that see it, the better. It's entertaining. And we get different perspectives on how people think in relationships. You have me, the male. You have women. I have other men on. We just go get some good conversation. And if you want to join this live, what you could do is tap on the link in the video. It's on Zoom. I have one requirement. You must be on camera. If you're going to be a guest on this program, you must be on camera. I want the people to see who they are talking to. That is a must. So what does it mean to modern women to date? What you see going on in the world, you see modern women, today's women, they are very independent. They are working. They are making just as much money as men. They feel when they get to a certain level that they need a man that does or make more than them. They no longer look at their peer. Let's call them their peer. They no longer look at their peer. They now look at the man that's above them. So if you look at the average workplace, most of the people who watch me are blue collar, 9 to 5 people, be white collar, whatever the case is. The women don't look at the colleague. They look at the supervisor. They look at the boss. They look at the higher earner of the company. So we see this on all levels. We see this on the blue collar level. We see this on the white collar level. We see this in all types of corporate America. Why does the modern woman chase that instead of looking to someone who's more like her peer? Do she put expectations on herself that she know that she don't deserve? I covered this on other shows in the past. Women with children. Women with children, I put up a post. A lot of them want men with no kids. It makes absolutely no sense to me. If you ask me, it's delusional. It's delusional. There's no other way to put it. But I don't want to waste too much time on my perspective. I don't want to waste no time. But what I want to do is talk about have a conversation with some people. That's what I'm gonna do. So let me bring my first person on. Let me ask her to unmute herself. You can unmute yourself, D. I don't know where did your I don't know where. I can't see you, but I'm gonna fix it right now. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I don't know where your camera went, but you could talk. You could let the people know where you from and everything.
Hi, my name is Dee Shayna, and I am from Virginia. And I'm ready to have a conversation.
We gotta give the people how old are you?
I am 47.
Oh, 47. So this is going to be a very, very interesting conversation. I'm going to say that. It's going to be a very interesting conversation. Okay, so
Yes, I want to comment on one of those, something that you said about, women with children don't want to date men that, what did you say? They need to date men that don't have children. You said something to
no,
that nature.
I said that. Let me get you on the screen. Keep your phone still. I'm about to put you side by side with me. There you go. Could you back it up a little bit? There you go.
Okay.
All right. Wait, put your camera down a little bit. Let me see. Let me hook you up. All right, yeah, all right, that's cool. All right, so what you got for me today? What's on your mind? What you have a problem with?
I just heard you mention a comment about women with children. They want to date men that don't have kids.
Yeah.
I can agree with that to a certain point because my children are grown.
Okay.
And I wouldn't date a man that doesn't have kids, but I don't want to date a man with young kids because I've raised mine. Does that make sense?
Okay. How old are your children?
29 and 26.
Okay. Where are their fathers at?
Living their lives.
Same father, different father?
Different father. So it's my daughter will be 29 and my son is 23 because they're 6 years apart.
Okay. So in between, all right, let's use your 23 your youngest child, the 23-year-old. When you had him, how long did you wait before you started dating again? Or when did his father leave his life?
Before he was born.
Before he was 4. All right. After
Before he was born.
Oh, before he was born. Okay.
Yes.
How soon after you had the baby did you start dating again?
It was years, maybe when he was 2 or 3. But I'm the type of person that I didn't bring, whoever I was dating around my kids unless we were in a meaningful relationship. My kids to this day don't see me with a lot of men. And they're like, Mom, we're grown.
Okay.
You can date. You can bring people home, whatever, But I've always been that type where I don't bring men around my children.
Okay, so when you say you won't date a man with young kids, what you consider young?
7 and below.
7 and below. So, I'm glad you
Well,
said.
they can be teenagers. Put it that way. I can do a 10-year-old, but
But 7 and you could deal with a 10-year-old. Now this is a part of the. I'm gonna have to call it delusion because you just said that you started dating again when your child was like 2-3 years old, right? But you won't date a man who may have a child under, let's just say, 7 years old. You see the double standard in that?
I see where you're going with that. Yes, I do.
So how this is why I make that comment, because you have modern women who think like this. Like, you already went through it and you expected
Yes.
a man to date you with a young child, right? But you won't date a man that has a young child that and it's not even as young as your child. You said 7, then you said 10, but you would wanted a man to date you with a 2-3-year-old. What kind of sense does that make?
Well, it just happened.
No.
No. What?
We're not going to play it. It just happened, right? We're not going to do that. You just set up a criteria of what you would date with a man with kids, because this is not even what the show topic is about. But since you wanted to go there, we go
Right.
there first. We're going to go there first.
Okay.
Right? So you
Okay.
said that you won't date a man with young kids. I asked you how young. You said 7. Before I asked you that, I deliberately asked you, how long did you wait before you started dating when you had your last child? You said 2-3 years old. Do you see an issue with that? You're burning the candle from both ends.
Well, he had the choice, but he didn't have to help me, like raise my kids or anything like that.
It doesn't matter. You said that you would not date a guy that has a young child, right? But you expect a man to date you with a young child.
That was his choice. He approached me.
No, but you should, what you expect from others, you should be expecting for yourself. See, you wanted a man to make the exception for you, but you wouldn't make the exception for a man.
No, not at this age. I'm 47.
What's the difference?
I was 24.
But you had,
26.
Okay.
I was young.
Oh, all right. What does that mean?
I'm too old now to be. I have a grandson, and the children this day and age, they're something else. And I know, me personally, I don't have time for that.
Okay. All right, let's carry on the conversation. You 47 years old. You have 2 kids,
Yes.
two grown kids.
Yes.
What are you looking for in a relationship?
Companionship.
What kind of man would you like? Like, do you have a criteria of what kind of work he could do, how much money he should make? You already said that you're not taking a guy with younger kids. So even though
the money is no issue. This person can work at McDonald's. The thing is, if we're going to get together, hey, what you doing to look at management? Are you doing anything to move up in your company? Push that person to do better. It's not about how much money a person makes, because a person can make a whole lot of money, but have bad credit, bad spending habits. And where does that put you? In a bind.
So are you dating?
So it's not about the money. It's about what you do with your money.
Do you have a boyfriend right now?
No.
Why not?
I choose not to. I mean, it's guys that come on to me, but once I peep out the BS, I'm out.
But you just said that you wanted companionship. You're not getting any younger.
I'm not going to settle.
Do you want to get married one day?
I sure do.
So,
it may not be in the cards, but I would like to. But I'm not going to settle.
I mean, there's nothing to settle for if you're not putting yourself out there.
Every guy that approaches me, I give them a chance. I talk.
Every guy?
Not every, but You know, I mean, because I mean, people are in your inbox on Facebook, but you kind of leery about strangers. So I've accepted a few strangers on, you know, Facebook, but
What kind of work do you do?
I work for the city of Virginia Beach. I'm at Human Services. I'm in the accounts payable department.
You're in the accounts payable department. So you get a lot of guys reach out to you on the internet. What about in person?
Not really, because I really don't go out too much. So I'm not putting myself out there.
No. I don't understand when women say that they don't put themselves out there. Every time you step outside your house, you're putting yourself out there. If you go to the laundromat, you're putting yourself out there. If you go into the supermarket, you're putting yourself out there.
You're correct, because I had a guy approach me at the laundromat a few weeks ago.
All right. So you are putting yourself out there. When you go outside your home, do you make sure your hair is nice? Do you maybe sometime wear makeup? Do you make sure your clothes is ironed?
Most definitely.
All right.
Because that's a reflection of me.
So you're putting yourself out there. You may not be putting yourself out there saying that I'm going to go find me a man today, but whenever a woman fixes herself up, because I don't want to hear, women do it for themselves. Women do it to remain attractive to a guy, just in case she bumps into a guy that she may be attracted to. Right?
I do it for me. Because I'm not going to walk around not keeping my hair done. I upkeep for myself, not for a man, because looks fade. So why am I doing it for a man?
You can't be worrying about looks fading. You're 47 years old. What you think is going to happen every year? Your looks is going to fade.
Most definitely, but I'm keeping myself up for me, not a man.
But you want a companion. And in order to get a companion, you have to attract someone.
I mean, I've attracted people not even with makeup on, hair looking a mess, all that stuff, sick, because I'm going in the grocery store to pick up stuff.
I mean, listen, you're going to attract men. Women attract men. Precious will attract a man, especially if he's horny, right? So there's different types of attractions. You could attract a guy to have sex with you. You could attract a guy to have a relationship with you. You could attract a guy to make him want to marry you. So what kind of attraction are you talking about?
Well, I need to get the ones to try to make him marry me, because that's my ultimate goal of dating, is to get married.
So you date for marriage?
Yes.
Okay, so do you have a particular age that you like?
Well, my age, maybe 6 years older, maybe 5-6 years below me. But I've had like guys 13 years, 14 years younger than me coming on to me, and I told them I'm not in the cougar status.
Well, that would probably be your best bet, a younger man. Because if you're looking for an older man, right? An older man more than likely is looking at a younger woman.
True.
He's not looking at a woman 47 years old when he could get someone 27 years old.
Correct.
Right? So every year that you age, your pool is getting smaller, smaller, and smaller. You got young men hitting on you. You probably got more young men hitting on you than older men, right?
That is correct.
So why now this leads into the topic. Why aren't you looking at the younger men?
Because that's not what I prefer to date. I don't want anyone that's the same age as my child.
But you said that the end game that you want specifically is marriage.
But you're looking at me getting older. And with age comes different sicknesses, all that stuff. Will that person be willing to take care of me if I get sick?
there's
or
no
will they leave me?
there's no
It's,
guarantee.
you're right,
There's no guarantee that an older man would take care of you either.
and you're correct. You're correct.
So if you got young guys knocking down your door, I think you need to start exploring that.
That could be an option.
It may be your only option.
It may be.
You could get you a young guy. You say you don't care if the guy works at McDonald's. So you really don't have no preference financially. Even though I think that everyone should have a financial preference, right? Because at the end of the day, if you want to get married, you would want that guy to protect and provide.
Protect and provide, but if he doesn't make the income that I make, or like I said, if he's at McDonald's, if we're going to be together, hey, you're going to have to make some steps to step up your game. I'm going to boost him to do better for himself. Go into the management field.
Men don't want
There's
that.
money there.
Men don't want a woman telling them what to do. It may sound good. You women always think that that's the key. And it don't work. It never works.
Okay.
So why don't you step up your what you want? Don't go so low, because you could find you a young guy that make as much money as you, or probably more money than you.
And you're correct.
Right now, let me ask you this, because you never know. Do you want any more kids?
I can't have any more kids. And no, I don't want any more.
So a young man probably won't be no good to you if you want kids.
That is correct.
So you in a tough position. Do you have any?
I am.
You have any pets at home?
No.
You home by yourself? Your kids still with you?
Me, myself, and I.
And you're over there just not doing anything.
Making business moves.
Business moves is not going to help you out what you want. You told me that you want to get married.
That's correct. I do want to get married, but hey, making business moves.
So
and I'm just, say that again.
Are you prepared to die alone?
Yes. I mean, I have family or whatever, but
I mean, you don't have to die. You don't have to die alone. Just go get yourself a dog or 2 cats, and you won't die alone.
No, thank you.
I mean, I don't get it. I don't say why. I don't understand why you say no, thank you.
I mean, I'm fine with me. I'm happy.
I'm quite sure you got men knocking down your door over there. I'm quite sure. Especially the young guys. Young guys, you're an older woman. What's the young guy's age you get mostly?
The last one that approached me, I think it was 30, 31, 32.
And what was wrong with him besides his age?
A mouthful of gold teeth.
Okay. What about the other guys that approach you?
I mean, they were decent, but I mean, I've dated younger. I think I'm 8 years younger, and I had a 13-year difference between somebody else. But the one that was like 8 years younger than me, he wasn't ready.
What you mean by that?
I mean, he was young, still growing up, trying to live life.
Okay.
So he wasn't ready.
What were you doing in your 20s? You was living life.
Being a mom.
But you was living life, right? Because you became a mother living life.
I became a mom, but I really didn't, because I became a mom at 18. So I really didn't go out. I wasn't the partying type. I didn't go to the clubs, nothing. I was a mom. I was in church, being a mom, going to school, working.
Did you have your
Our
kids? Did you have it? So how did the kids come about?
high school crush, um, high school crush, and my son's father was just a guy I met at a gas station I was working at. I found him attractive and I approached him.
Did he work at the gas station?
No, he was a customer. I worked at the gas station.
So let me ask you this, because I try to figure this out when I speak to women, and just to get you guys' point of view. What did you learn from your first child, from when you had your daughter, as far as like being a single mother?
I wouldn't trade it, but I would have waited so I could, go to school, live life, see what's out there. I waited till my kids were basically grown to get out and go to a club and all that stuff. I didn't get that opportunity when I was younger. Yeah.
So why would you double down on a bad decision without making sure you have something more stable in place as far as a relationship?
Well, I mean, I was young then, but now
No. See, you women got to stop using "I was young," right? Because when you look at specifically my great grandparents, they was having kids at 16,
12
17
and
years old,
13.
right?
Mhm.
And they wasn't using the young excuse. So there's no excuse to use at 18 that you're young. At 24, 25, or 26, you're not young. You are a grown woman. So that excuse have to get out of you guys' vocabulary. So let's try this again. Why did you double down on a mistake twice?
Why did I double down on the mistake twice of having 2 kids?
Yes.
Well, to be honest with you, I didn't want any more kids after my daughter because I had a rough time. And I was on birth control, started getting sick off of that. Doctor took me off. And it was Russian roulette. But I don't believe in abortion. So I had my child.
So you was basically irresponsible.
Basically.
Okay. So you own that.
I own it. Yes.
Okay. That's good. Because a lot of women don't take accountability. You tried not to take accountability by saying that, I was young. And no, you wasn't young. You was 20-something years old. You was a grown person. Grown woman.
Correct.
Right? So,
yeah.
So why haven't you, what's the longest relationship you had?
Four years.
And why didn't it end up with marriage?
We just went our separate ways.
That's not an answer.
I can't tell you anything else. We just went our separate ways.
Why didn't he want to marry you? Because in 4 years, you could get a bachelor's degree. In 4 years, you could go get become a lawyer. You could do a lot in 4 years.
And you can.
So,
but it's up to that person if they really want to get married.
So it was up to him to want to marry you.
Basically, I'm not going to pressure anyone to marry me or to stay with me.
I mean, you don't control that anyway. I just wanted you to say that. Women don't control that anyway. The marriage part. But why do you think that he didn't want to marry you?
I can't speak for him.
Are you cooperative?
Yes.
Are you submissive?
To a certain degree, yes.
Well, that may be the problem.
It could be, but
it's no buts.
If you want someone to be fully submissive, what are you doing for that person, for that woman to be that way?
Well, give me a reason why you would get into a relationship. I'm gonna ask you questions to get you to answer your own question. What would be the reason for you to get into a relationship? What does a man have to do for you to call him, hey, that's my man? What kind of characteristics he must have?
I mean, caring, romantic, intelligent, hold a conversation, being spontaneous. I don't require a lot. Text me, call me, let me know you're okay. Communication is what I'm really big on in a relationship.
Sound like you want a pen pal.
What is
I'm not even laughing. I'm trying to get you to understand why this particular thing isn't happening in your life.
And if it never happens, guess what? I'm fine with that. Either way.
You're not going to be fine with that, because I could tell that you really want to get married. I could tell that you really want. Whenever a woman starts off that she wants companionship, that automatically signals to me that she's lonely. She's lonely. And by me listening to your narrative, you could say, oh, well, if it happened, it happened. It don't. That don't mean that you don't care. When I play lotto, I'd be like, if it happened, it happened. It don't. But deep down inside, I'd be like, I want to hit that lotto because I care. I really want to hit it.
And you're correct, but that's something that I'm not going to beat myself up over if it doesn't happen.
I understand, but you want it though.
Yeah, I mean, yes, I wouldn't mind getting into a relationship and looking forward to getting married, everything. But if it does not happen, so be it.
Would you blame yourself if it doesn't happen?
No.
You have to. You just told me that you have a problem with submission.
Well, why would I blame myself? Because if a man truly wants me, he'll learn me and I learn him, and we'll have to compromise.
So what's the order? He has to learn you first, or you have to learn him first?
We're going to do it together.
No. Are you a Christian?
Yeah.
How can you be a Christian and you say we go do this together? The Bible specifically states that women were put here for men. It also specifically states that a man who finds a wife finds a good thing.
Finds a good thing.
And obtains favor from the Lord. So a man who finds a wife, that means that you have to be ready to be a wife by the time he finds you. So there's nothing to learn. See, that's the thing with women. Women try to equal the playing ground with this here. And Christian women come with the same. You're not alone. It's a whole bunch of women out here who think like you, but don't never go back to their text, to the Bible, to see what the Bible specifically says about relationships. The woman is supposed to submit to the man. And I don't understand how women get into relationships. You want to call a guy your man. This is my man, but you're not ready to submit to him. He still have to earn the submission. If anything, he should be earning a submission during the dating stage. But once you say that that's your man, you should be submissive to him. So when I ask you, would it be your fault if you don't find that companion or get married? And you don't say no, you have to look at your actions. Because I don't know not one man who will walk away from a woman who is submissive and cooperative. I don't know one. And a woman that's not submissive, you're more likely to bump heads. You're more likely to get into arguments. And then I want you to think about this from another angle. When black women see a black man with a white woman, the first thing that black woman says, what comes to your mind when you see I'm gonna ask you, what comes to your mind when you see a black man with a white woman?
He found love in a different race.
That's the first thing that comes to your mind?
I don't have no problem with that at all.
No, I'm
because
not.
I have a daughter from biological marriage.
You know what women say?
So
You know what women say? Women say she must be stupid. She must do everything that he says. That be the real conversation. And that narrative speaks to submission. And for some reason, black women feel that they have to not be that, not be submissive because of this whole independent women narrative. A lot of women got to stop standing up to pee. Leave that for the men.
and I hear what you're saying, but if a man wants a woman to be submissive, what is he doing?
Providing and protecting.
And suppose he's not providing and protecting.
You shouldn't be with him.
All right.
But you should see that during the dating stage, and you should definitely see that before.
Cut it off.
But why don't you guys cut it off?
That's why I'm single. Like I said,
No,
when guys approach me,
no, you're single because you're not submissive. Stop trying to put this on the man.
I can't be submissive to a wannabe player or someone that doesn't want to be in a relationship.
But you made this man your man. You went into a relationship with this man for 4 years. So at what point, like after year one, what were you thinking? He was going to change?
And that's what we hope. And a lot of women stay in relationships hoping that a person will change, trying to see the good in a person and giving them some leeway.
You cannot.
And sometimes we stay in there too long because we settle, don't want to get back out in the dating game because, like you said, your pickings are slim. So we settle and we stay there and we just take anything until we get tired. And then we wind up leaving.
You can't change a man.
And you can't.
So let me ask you this: you mentioned something about he wanted to be a player? So is cheating a deal breaker for you?
It can be.
That's a yes or no.
It can be. I'm not going to say yes or no because you might be able to work things out, but it can be a deal breaker.
Listen, I think that you have a good spirit. I really do. I think that you have a good spirit. I could see why guys are attracted to you, but I think that you have to work on the submission part.
I just attract guys that's not worthy of me being submissive.
That's cool, but you shouldn't make them your boyfriend and hope that they would change like you did in the past.
And you're correct. That's why right now I'm by myself. Because when I peep the BS or the characters that I've seen or like characteristics that I've seen from guys in the past, I cut it off.
So when was your last relationship?
It's been a while.
What's a while? Give me a timeline.
A serious relationship?
I mean, see, there we go with these different. Look, you guys hear what's going on. Like, all right, tell me what's a serious relationship and what's a non-serious relationship?
Well, basically, a serious relationship is the man and the woman both acknowledging that they're in a relationship, that they're with each other and not dating anyone else, not seeing anyone else. It's just all about them. A non-serious relationship, you have your little booty calls, whatever, somebody that you might want to go out on a date with, go out on a movie with, and it's nothing, and just being friends, hanging out.
Are you in a non-serious relationship right now?
No.
So there's nothing going on. There's no movies, there's no friends, there's no sex, no nothing.
Can't tell you it's no sex because
So,
hey,
all right. So what's up with the guy that you're intimate with?
it's whenever I feel like doing it.
No, I ain't asked you when you feel like doing it. Why you guys not in a relationship?
That's something that we don't want.
Is he married?
No,
Is he in a relationship with someone else?
could be.
You didn't even ask. Did you ask?
Yeah, you ask questions. I mean, hey,
No,
I
so we go
deal
we
with
we
people.
we're going to we're going to back this up because you know the answer. This man is in a relationship with another woman. Yes.
Yes, he could be.
No, no, no,
Yes,
no, no,
off
no,
and
no,
on,
no,
and off
no,
and on,
no.
on and off and on relationship.
So
Yes.
so right now you settled to be the side woman.
Just because I choose to, whenever I want to. It's not on his terms, it's on mine.
I agree with you because I believe that women control the whole sex thing. So I'm not disagreeing with you. But you agree that you are a side woman.
When I choose to be, yes.
Didn't ask you that. Right now, you said that you're in a non-serious relationship. This guy definitely have another woman, and you know about it. So right now, you are the side woman. Yes.
Twice a year, I wouldn't call me a side woman. It's just me getting mine.
No. No. I mean, I'm not judging you, but
Right.
I just want you to be honest with yourself. You're not being honest with yourself right now. You could try to spin it and say, well, you know, it's only 2 times a year, but you still messing with a guy that you know has a whole other relationship somewhere else. Do you believe in karma?
I believe in it. I sure do.
So what's gonna happen when you get your own?
He
Man.
might creep out.
So cheating shouldn't be a deal breaker for you.
He might creep out.
I mean, cheating shouldn't be a deal breaker for you.
Why? Because I'm the side woman.
Yes.
Well, if he wasn't happy, he wouldn't be creeping.
That's untrue. Why do women equate?
Oh, because they're greedy. Because men are greedy.
No. It's not because men is greedy. Just name one mammal on earth that practices monogamy. Monogamy is something, it's a social construct. It's not natural.
If a man wants to be faithful, he will. He can be.
I want you to think about what you're saying right now.
What? If a person really truly wants to be faithful, they can be.
But you're not living that. That's why I asked you about karma, right? So you're messing with a man that has a girlfriend. You enabling this man to cheat.
Every now and then.
It don't matter. You are enabling this man to cheat. And then you expect when you get your own man that another woman is not going to enable him and let her say it, well, it's only 2 times a year. So you should turn your back then. You shouldn't even, you know what? It's only 2 times a year. He could have a side piece. Matter of fact, you should even give him a pass 2 times a year since it's nothing.
Really?
You doing it. Like there's no way possible that this is like delusional. There's no way possible that you could tell me that men is greedy, he needs to be faithful, but you're enabling a man to cheat with you because you the side woman. Tell me what kind of sense does that make?
I'm not enabling him. He's enabling himself.
No, you are.
I'm not.
No. You know of the situation.
And I do.
And you enabling him. Because you could go you could go get you one of those, if it's about sex, because that's what it seemed like it is for you. You could go get you one of those 25, 30-year-olds that's knocking down your door, let him smack it around a little bit, and go about your business.
And see, that's the thing. I don't give it up freely. I'm not that type. I'm comfortable with
I hear you.
my side piece.
No.
I mean,
no.
I'm comfortable.
You're not.
I'm not gonna sit here and say, "Oh, I'm gonna go out here and have a one night stand with somebody that I don't even know." I'm not gonna do that just because hormones are kicking in. No.
You're. That's not your side piece. You're his side piece.
Whatever.
No, it ain't whatever.
It is.
No,
I mean, like I said, I deal with him whenever I want to deal with him. He can call, text, whatever, say he want to see me, but I don't give in.
Does that make you feel good that you have that control?
No, I mean, to be honest with you, I could care less. I don't care about any of that.
So why even
if
bring?
I feel like I want to do something, then so be it.
I just want you to understand that when you get your own boyfriend, man, husband, whatever it may be, and he decides to act like the guy that you with now, you can't be mad at him.
I can't be mad, but he don't want me to get back out there either. So, hey, we're going to do right together.
No, it's your karma.
You think it's my karma?
Without a doubt. You just told me you believe in karma.
It's all right. But I don't have to stay in that relationship.
But you are that woman. See, if you want to live a life, then you shouldn't participate in it at all. So you cannot be the side woman and then get mad if your man get a side woman. That makes absolutely no sense. Now, if you was living your life, because I could make a post right now, and I know women will lie and everything. I would ask them, have you ever slept with another woman, man? No, I won't do that. That's nasty. Karma, blah, blah. It's all BS.
And you're right. And you're absolutely correct.
And I salute you for being honest. Right?
I'm going to be honest.
No,
but
I salute you for being honest. Trust me.
Thank you.
But if you want to bring some good into your life, right? You can't be participating in the stuff that you know will hurt you as a woman. Now,
you're right.
Now, if you tell me that, you know what, I don't want to get married, I'm 47 years old, I just want to have fun, and whatever I find somebody out there, then it's cool. I probably won't even want it. I just want to have fun and live my life like that. But I asked you specific questions. You want companionship. You date to marry and all this other stuff. You cannot participate in the life of something that will hurt you if it would happen to you. Just can't do it.
I understand where you're coming from.
Right? So these are things that maybe you need to go see a therapist. Have you ever seen one before?
No, sir.
I think you should look into one. And I don't want to hear that, I stayed away from dating for a while and I worked on myself. Black people always think they could work on themselves whenever you mention therapists.
I didn't say I had anything against going to see a therapist.
No. I'm just saying.
Right. I know a lot of people feel that they don't need them. But in all actuality, some people do need to go and sit down and have a little conversation.
Yeah. And you are one of them. Okay. You have to, because like I said, I get the vibe. This is my first time speaking with you. I get the vibe that you have a good spirit. Get the vibe that I think you're sweet. You could be, I could have the wrong interpretation, but normally I'm not wrong. I think that you're a good person, a good-hearted person. And doesn't the Bible say do unto others what others do unto you or something like that?
I know where you're going. Uh-huh.
Right. So this Christian woman,
Treat your neighbors as you would treat yourself.
this Christian woman is going against everything Christian.
We fall sometimes.
Nah.
I'm not perfect.
So when are you going to change?
That's why I'm not seeing anyone now. I'm changing.
You change by going to therapy.
Okay.
And you go out there and the energy that you participate in, make sure if it's reciprocated towards your way, that you're not upset. Now, I'm not telling you can't live this life, but if you get a husband and a boyfriend and he does the same thing to you as you doing to that other woman, you can't act like you're going to get even. You can't act like we're both just going to do us or I'm going to dead the relationship, because you wouldn't be honest with yourself.
He might get one pass.
No, absolutely not. You just told me that this guy allegedly gets 2 passes a year. He has sex with you 2 times. He gets nothing less than 2 times. Shaking your head for?
Yeah, I mean, I know I'm not right for doing that, but
No buts.
I have been.
No. Anything after but is BS.
What? Why is anything after but BS?
Because
it's not. I mean,
it's just an excuse.
I've been in relationships where I've been faithful the whole entire time.
As you should be. You shouldn't get
as I should be.
Yeah.
But to be cheated on, all that stuff, now I'm like, dang, he was out here doing this thing. I could have been doing mine. But I chose not to because that's where my heart was. So
you chose not to because it's not where your heart was.
No, I chose not to cheat because that's where my heart was in my relationship.
Shouldn't be cheating anyway.
No, you shouldn't be. I mean, no one should be, to be honest with you, but sometimes it happens.
Men don't cheat. They exercise their options.
That's what it is. And so when a woman does that, what is she doing?
You really don't want me to answer that.
I do, because we're supposed to be submissive, right?
Yes.
Oh,
women not supposed to do it. I mean, you could look in the Bible, and a lot of these prophets have multiple wives. I have never seen in the Bible a wife having multiple husbands.
Like I said, I don't know if I said this to you, but like you said, a man can have multiple wives, as you've seen in the Bible. But if a woman starts doing the same thing as a man, he's going to be upset because he can't handle what she's doing.
What man wants to hear another man unlocked his lock? I want you to think about this for a second. You got a home, right?
I seen that somewhere. I know what you're about to say.
You couldn't have seen this anywhere because I made this up years ago, right? You have a home. Is that lock that protects you when you sleep at night a good lock if any key can unlock it?
No.
All right, then. So you got to think of your vagina as a lock. If any man could come unlock your vagina, it's not a good vagina. It's time to throw away the lock. That's what the man need to do when he find out his woman cheat. He need to throw away the lock.
So he needs to throw away the lock, and when he finds out his woman is cheating, but we need to keep the lock if they're cheating.
He got the master key.
The master key can be broken.
I mean, you can make that up all you want, but he has the master key. And I'm not promoting a man should go out there and do that, but I don't understand why it's such a surprise when a man do it.
And it's not. But it shouldn't be a surprise if a woman goes out there and do the same thing. But we're labeled whores and all that.
I mean, I don't look at it like that. But I understand it. I don't see, when you're dealing with the modern woman, it's different from dealing with the traditional woman. When you're dealing with the traditional woman, my grandparents, my great grandparents, they put my great grandmother, great grandmother through hell. But and you from the South, so I know you've seen this, right? The men during that time put the women through hell. They never divorced. The men
they took care of the household, had their women on the side.
Okay.
Yes, I've seen it.
Yeah, of course. The men do what they got to do, right? It may be a little turbulence, but more times than not, they will die together. Today, modern woman, a dude step out, any type of turbulence, she going to get a divorce. Our grandmothers and our grandparents and great grandparents, divorce wasn't even in their vocabulary.
And you're absolutely correct.
Right. So when I'm talking about the traditional woman, like our grandparents, great grandparents, versus the modern woman, it's two totally different things.
You're correct.
Right.
There's a lot of divorces now.
Exactly. And it's not like cheating was any less back then. Probably was close to the same amount, maybe. But
cheating was more open then. Does that make sense? I mean, because you knew somebody had, like you said, the side piece, because they'd be riding around in the car, all that stuff. It's like it was open, and the wife knew, but they really didn't say anything because he was taking care of the household.
Yeah. So now what happened from there? Women started raising their daughters to not rely on a man. Be independent, right? Now,
yes.
Now what did that independence do? That independence actually broke up homes. People want to know why the kids are far gone now. It's because the dads are not in the homes. Because some people did decide to do it right. And the divorces happen. You can't be in the house. I could take care of everything on my own, said the independent woman. I don't need you. Or some women that never been married, they come with this independent attitude because they was never raised to be a wife. They was raised that this is how crazy life is now. Especially with black women. Black women are raised to be independent before being raised to be a wife. You disagree with that?
No, because I'm an independent woman, but when it comes down to being a wife, I know how to do that as well.
Okay. Did you have both parents in your home?
No, sir. My parents divorced probably when I was like 6 years old.
When you were 6 years old, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And your mother, you grew up with your mother or your father?
My mother.
She raised you to be independent?
Yes.
She put more stock in you being independent than you being a wife?
I would say yes.
She raised you to be a modern woman. So something that comes with that independence is of a woman being strong. I don't need a man, because that's the thing. Someone could raise you to be independent, but for some reason, it's always in conjunction with you're not going to need a man, right? We gonna raise you to be independent so you won't need a man.
It's not that she raised me to be so independent that I don't need a man. It's more so of me being able to take care of myself without a man.
All right. But women don't know how to cut it off and on. Because she will always throw, I'm independent. Whenever there's an argument, I could take care of myself. I don't need you. Right? I'm quite sure you said that to a couple of your guys. I don't need you.
Not that I don't need them, but I'm doing well by myself.
Same thing. So
an independent woman needs a man for companionship.
She could get a dog for that.
A dog.
You can't want to be independent and expect it. You can't have independent qualities. Or you want to be independent but expect a man to provide and protect you. You can't.
If the man wants to provide and protect me, my independency goes out the window. That's my husband. Let him take care of me.
It don't go out the window because
why not?
Because whenever there's some friction, that independent woman come out. Not the submissive one, right? Because a woman,
the independent one,
a woman that was raised to be independent. As soon as an argument or some friction happen in a relationship, the submissive is not going to come out. The independent woman is going to come out. That's when women stand up to pee, when they should be sitting down.
I really don't stand up too much to pee.
You know what I mean.
I know exactly what you mean, because I don't throw my independence up in a man's face. You already know I have my own. When you met me, from us talking, all that stuff, and I don't throw that up in nobody's face, because I'm blessed to have the things that I have, because there's some people that aren't independent.
Would you move with a man?
I sure would.
Your name not on the lease, the deed, nothing?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. And you would trust him that if y'all get into any conflict, he wouldn't kick you out?
You know what? If he does, I had a friend that told me he would never put my name on his mortgage, on his lease. He was like, because I'm going to run it. And when I tell you to go, you're going to go. And I'm like, wow. Because of him being hurt from his past marriages and relationships, he felt like that's one thing he had to do. And me personally, I'm like, okay, put me out. I can drive to one of my friend's house. I got somewhere to stay. Put me out. Cool. I don't have a problem with it.
You only said that because you knew you had backup. Let's just say that he moved you to a state like Phoenix. You live in Virginia right now. He moved you to Phoenix, right? And then he start talking his talk. What you gonna do? Are you gonna be submissive and be more humble? Or are you going to talk, I'll go stay anywhere?
Why would he talk the talk and try to make me unsubmissive?
No, not unsubmissive. What I'm trying to say is that a woman, depending on what her environment is, right? Because I feel that a woman should be submissive no matter what the situation is. Not saying that she should lie down, but when I say the situation, I mean whatever her backup plan is. Like a woman, like you said, if you got family, if a guy kick you out, you got family that'll take you in, you could stand your ground a little bit, because if worse come to worse, you got somewhere to stay. Right?
But if I'm in Phoenix, I have nowhere to go, but you always have a backup plan.
No, your backup plan should be your husband.
Or be submissive and let him treat me any kind of way?
No, I'm not saying he's not abusing you. I wouldn't think that you would get with a guy that would tell you to jump off a building.
It doesn't have to be physical abuse. It could be verbal abuse.
Well, then I don't subscribe to any type of abuse. I don't think that any type of abuse is healthy. I work at a job where I'm verbally abused every day, and it's not nice. right?
I agree.
Right, but
Mhm.
let's it could be the cleaning, it could be the cooking, it could be the washing of the laundry, it could be the way that you raising the kids, it could be anything that could be non-verbal, non-physical. You know, these things happen every day. People don't get into arguments because where it's mental and physical every time. It just be a regular disagreement. You know, I don't want you going. I don't think that you should go hang out there tonight. Well, I'm going out there anyway. I don't think that you should wear this. Well, I'm gonna wear this anyway because I'm grown.
Well, I can say this. If I had a mate, a husband in a relationship, and they say they don't like something that I have on, I'm going to respect them and take it off and put something else on. I don't have a problem with doing that.
Some women don't. You know, some women, independent women, they go to the beat of their own drum. But there is a difference between a traditional woman, a modern woman, and
An
this.
independent
And
woman.
I mean, the modern woman is basically independent. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with being independent. But you can't expect traditional values from a man if you're a modern woman. It's oil and water. If you want a traditional man, you got to be a traditional woman.
So a traditional man is a man providing and taking care of the whole household.
Provide and protect, yes.
Provide and protect.
Yes. Modern man want to split things 50-50.
And sometimes not even 50-50.
Yeah,
Taking
so
the
you're right.
mortgage and you take the lesser bills.
Yeah, you're right. There's some type of split. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong
But
with that.
it just depends on the two people that are together, what they want to do in their relationship or marriage.
Exactly, because every relationship is its own contract. You can't go into a relationship based off of your last relationship.
That's correct.
You know,
everybody gets a clean slate.
Yeah, everybody get a clean slate, and it's a separate business deal. That's how you gotta look at it. It's a separate business deal. My last relationship was a business deal that didn't work, and I probably can't take these same business values to this new relationship, because that's probably not what my business partner go for. So before we get into anything serious or some type of serious commitment, kids, marriage, you know, something that will bond us together for a while, we have to set up those business parameters. Some women is want a faithful man. Some women won't mind an extra woman in the bedroom, right? So
you're correct.
So you have to go into these relationships with your own business deal in mind. I don't look at someone else's relationship and say I want that relationship, because we don't know what kind of arrangement they made behind the scenes.
Right. Most definitely. My motto is throw your cards out on the table to see if I'm willing to play your game.
And be honest.
Yeah.
Right? And be honest. But the submission, you have to work on the submission. Try being the next boyfriend you get. Be submissive to him. Be submissive to him. I mean, even though you said that you
they may not deserve it.
Yeah, like you wasn't submissive to the guy you was with for the 4 years because of what? Like not because of what, but what did he ask of you that you wasn't submissive with?
I mean, I wouldn't say I really didn't do anything that he didn't ask me to do, because I mean, I think I'm gullible when it comes down to stuff like that and being played.
Hold on. I just made a post about that the other day. What's your height and weight?
Me?
Yeah.
5'6", 205.
BBW.
Yeah.
See, guys, I told y'all, BBWs are a little bit more gullible than slimmer women. Go ahead.
You did. I seen that post.
Did you like it?
I don't even think I commented on that post, but I seen that post, and I was reading some of the comments, and I seen that some of the young ladies said no, they weren't that way, and some were. You know, it was like a 50-50 type thing. But like I said, I just became this, you know, big, beautiful woman. But because I've been like skinny all my life.
So what happened?
Kids.
No.
And
Huh?
nope, I'm not even gonna blame it on the kids.
You
I'm not
can't.
even gonna blame it on my
How you
kids.
gonna blame it on something that happened 23 years ago?
That's why I said I can't blame it on my kids. It's just, I mean, you
Be
find
honest.
comfort sometimes in food.
You can. So can you find? See, that's another poor excuse.
What?
You found comfort in school and for food. Well, you just said you recently got bigger. No, I mean your answers is not even making no sense. You said because of the kids happened 23 years ago. So when did you see this weight change?
No, I've actually like when I had my daughter, I'm gonna go all the way back. I was maybe like I wasn't even 100 pounds, and after I had her, I wound up being like 125, 150. After I had my son, I reached the twos, and
That was 23
I
years.
lost the weight.
That was 23 years ago.
I know I lost the weight, but I gained it back. Just, I mean, poor eating habits, not exercising, just bad choices.
No discipline.
No, because I'm gonna eat what I want to eat.
No discipline. You can eat what you want to
No.
eat and still work out.
I know, but and I've done the walking, all that stuff, and then I find an excuse and I don't walk. It's just me.
Accountability. That's cool.
Yeah. Hey, I'll own up to everything.
Listen. I don't have a problem with BBW. So I prefer a BBW than. So don't worry about that. I'm not judging you. In other words, I'm trying to tell you that I'm not judging you. So I'm not. Kevin Samuels is on that weird stuff that, oh, you know, you're 5'7", got to be 125. I don't want that. I won't even look at that. You know.
And it's,
yeah, but definitely I do think that, you know, there's nothing wrong with being healthy, and you know, black women do wear the extra weight as like a badge of honor, but there's nothing wrong with being healthy and getting your health in check and showing some discipline with the things that
right.
you eat and exercise.
Right, but my extra weight is, well, everybody always see facial shots, but when they see me, they see where the extra weight is.
Oh yeah.
So I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Okay. I guess if they wanna see, they could check out your Facebook.
Most definitely.
All right. And she's looking for a companion, so maybe y'all can hit her up on Facebook and something can happen. How many Facebook boos you got right now?
How many Facebook boos do I have?
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest with you, it's not like my inbox is jumping.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
I hear you.
It's not like it's jumping, and I don't let a lot of strangers on my page, but I've had people to, you know, message me and say, you know, I like your profile picture, you're beautiful. And I'm like, thank you. You know, and then it's nothing else.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. But yeah, you know, it was a pleasure chatting with you tonight.
It's speaking with you as well.
I really want you to look into the therapy thing. And work on a submission. And you got to remember that the energy that you put into the world, that karma is going to come back. You know, I'm not telling you to go out there and don't exercise your 2 times a year that you have with him. But the first chance that you get to escape, just leave it alone. Unless you make unless you make a change and say, you know what, this is the life that I want. It's nothing wrong with that. But being that you signaled to me that you want something different and you actually want your own, and if your own come with the same, he find him a woman like who you are to the guy now, you can't be mad at him. And that's all I'm saying.
I understand what you're saying.
Can't be the side woman and get mad when your man get him a side woman. Probably just as sweet as you, probably cook like you, everything just as good as you are right now. Can't be mad at him. Got that?
I got it, but I know how to be submissive. I don't think he would go anywhere,
You can't control that.
and I can't. But
All right. I don't know. Women can't control that.
and you're correct.
All right.
You're absolutely correct.
Just roll with the punch.
Only a kept man wants to be kept.
There you go. See, now you talking my language.
I got you.
All right. But it was nice
All
talking.
right.
It was nice talking with you. We'll speak later.
All right.
All right. Be good.
Have a good night.
You too. Yeah, guys.
Oh,
Yes, guys. Yes, yes, yes. So, very interesting show today. Let me know what you guys think. Very interesting show. Let me take this off the screen. Yeah, ladies, you must be honest with yourselves. You can't be putting certain energy in the world and then you want something, or you want your own relationship and think that that same energy is not going to come back to you. There's no way possible. No way possible whatsoever. Very interesting show. Shout out to my guests. I had other guests on, but I think that this took too long. But yeah, modern woman got some work to do. Can't be a modern woman and want a traditional man or a traditional relationship. Modern women deserve modern men, and modern men deserve modern women. Bottom line, I'll catch you guys later. Peace.